मेरा हो गया।
अरे वहाँ पे आवाज आ रही है।
हेलो हेलो हेलो।
हेलो हेलो
Hello.
Hello. Hello, Anisha ma'am. Hello.
Yes, I'm around.
Yes. Poonam, can we start? Lakshman sir.
हेलो
Yes, Poonam.
सर आई एम ऑडिबल
Yes, you are. Okay. Yes, we can start now.
Okay.
Anisha ma'am, Poonam will give some introduction, then
Okay.
we'll start. Okay.
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 Sure.
very good afternoon all and especially Anisha ma'am, a very good afternoon. I don't know the time there, but a warm welcome on behalf of RD National College, the staff, students and the principal. A few intro about the principal and the stakeholders. So our college is headed by Principal Dr. Nia Jagtiani. She's been awarded 2 gold medals for securing first rank in her Masters of Commerce at University of Mumbai. She's also one of the few who cleared her SET and NET. There were just 7, of which 2 were from Maharashtra. She was one of them. She's a published author with books published by Lap Lambert, a German publishing house, to her credit. She's been on the advisory board of NEP steering committee to the government of Maharashtra and also on the board of studies of universities in UK and Australia. Ma'am has received the Achievement Award given by the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India. She was also felicitated as the COVID warrior by Honorable Governor of Maharashtra, Shri Bhagat Koshyari ji. And along with this, she's also received COVID-19 Game Changer Award by Sindhi Chamber of Commerce, Women Achievers Award, prestigious educators delegations, and the Leader of Change by Star Education under Government of Maharashtra. This is just a few of her many accolades, and we would now proceed with your lecture as this can just go on. Thank you.
Thank you, Poonam. Yes.
Yes. So hello, everyone. Good afternoon to everyone. It's afternoon there, and in France, it's morning. It's just 10 o'clock in the morning. Thanks a lot to Professor Kulkarni for inviting me to give this talk over here.
Thank you.
I had the opportunity to visit your beautiful college in January this year. So it was a wonderful visit. I met your principal also. It was really wonderful. They all made time for my visit. We had very good discussions and we would like to go ahead with these collaborations. So that time we were talking about opportunities for bachelor students who are bachelors in physics, who are completing physics, or next year also who will be completing physics, bachelors in physics. So we would like to invite you all, if you all are interested, to join our masters in nanophotonics. So I will briefly start by showing you all a little bit about our university. which is located quite close to Paris. It is 1.5 hours from Paris. And then I will show you all also a presentation about our graduate school in nanophotonics. So it's an integrated school. What we mean by school is not the Indian school, it's university. Yeah? So a part of the university. So we are doing a master's in nanophotonics. That is what we offer. So I will go more into details in the second part of my talk. So let me just begin with showing you all about our university. Can you all see my screen, please?
Yes, yes. Yes, ma'am. Screen is visible.
Okay. So I will just tell you all briefly about University of Technology of Troes. So we started in 1994. It was a small university. And slowly it has grown over the years. And now we have about 3,500 students on the campus. So basically, we are an engineering university, but we also have master's program. So when the students join for engineering courses in our university, they can at the same time, in the fourth year, they can start doing a master's, or in the 5th year, they can do a master's also simultaneously, which is reduced to just 1 year. So when they graduate, they have 2 degrees simultaneously. And we started from a national university, a French national university, to now we have become a European University of Technology. What we mean by this is that we are in a consortium with 8 other European universities of technologies. So one is in Germany, Latvia, Spain, Riga. There are different universities. So we are in collaboration in this consortium with them. It's a huge project funded by the European Union. So for the students, it's important to know that when you are in UTT, the engineering students or even master students, soon they can start selecting some subjects in other universities which are in this consortium. So either they can attend online or they can also go for an exchange semester to another university. Of course, then we have co-supervised PhDs with the European Universities of Technologies, different universities. So that's why it's a very big thing for us to be a European University of Technology. So where are we situated? So basically, if you see, Paris is over here. So we are not very far from Paris. We are in a city called Troyes. So it's not Troy, and it's nothing to do with Helen of Troy. Okay, so we are in a champagne producing region over here. So Troyes, Reims, all these places are the champagne producing regions. It's a small city as compared to Paris. So as I said, it was established in 1994. Okay. And here we have medieval style timbered houses in the city center. And if you have a chance to visit the cathedral or the churches, what we see is that we have stained glass windows over here, which is really very beautiful. It's the 16th century stained glass. And now we started understanding that this is nothing but nanophotonic materials. So in this stained glass, what we have is that we have gold or silver nanoparticles, which people were already working on in the 16th century. So as I said, it was created in 1994. In France, we have 3 universities of technologies. Now it's 4. So University of Technology is basically, it's a university, it's engineering university, which is between a university and the big institutes. So there are only 3 or 4 of these kind in France. And based on our system of University of Technology, it's China who made a similar university now. And we have about 3,000 or 3,500 students on the campus, quite small as compared to Indian universities. We have 200 PhD students. We have 5 research units. Then we have undergraduate and graduate programs. Of course, the undergraduate programs most of them are in French. They are taught in French. We have graduate programs also. So we have 8 engineering degrees, including 1 in material science and technology. We have 7 master's program and 3 PhD programs, and 1 integrated graduate program in nanophotonics and optics. This is what I will talk to you all about. We have quite a lot of international relations, about 220 active memorandum of understandings. We have worldwide collaborations. With India, we have collaborations already with Indian Institute of Technology, Jodhpur, Kanpur, Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur, of course, University of Mumbai. Then we also with Somaiya Vidya Vihar, we have lots of students coming from there for the past 6 or 7 years now. With VIT, with Cochin University, we are also starting with Mahatma Gandhi University in Kerala. Then we have with Korea, Japan, Taiwan, etc. And most of the students whom we have, 1/4 of the students who come to UTT are foreign students. So when we have foreign students in, for example, in master's program, especially nanophotonics and optics, it's completely taught in English. Nothing is taught in French. Then we have PhD schools. So 25% of the PhD is supported by the industry. A short note to mention, which is very important, is that PhDs in France are only for 3 years. It's not for 4 or 5 years. So students really benefit from that. And all the PhDs, they are supported. So supported in the sense the student gets a salary. It's not a scholarship like in India. So it's a salary, what they get. And it's quite a good salary because per month, if the student opts to do a PhD, they get about 1,600 to 1,700 euros per month. Of course, we are also into co-supervised PhDs, and joint degrees are possible, as I was saying before. Our campus is not extremely huge like the campuses of universities or institutes in India. And we have a roughly budget of 37 million euros per year. Just to show you all a little bit about how our city center looks. So this is the timbered buildings that we have. As I mentioned, it's an old medieval city. It was the former European Economical Center. And we have very big companies over here like Lacoste. I'm sure you all must be knowing what is Lacoste. It's for making fabrics, making t-shirts, etc. Then we have famous chocolate makers like Pascal Cafe. And of course, we are famous for champagne. So this is an aerial view of our university. So here we have the university campus. Of course, this is 3 or 4 years old because now we have new buildings which have come up over here. And we have the research labs over here, over here. We have the classrooms also. So it's like in the form of an ellipse. Then just next to the university, we have sports facilities all around. Here, a lot of emphasis is laid for students to do sports. And if the students, for example, engineering students are a lot into sports, then sometimes they do not have to even attend some classes. They attend just 25% or 50% of the classes, and 50% they dedicate to their favorite sport. Here we have student accommodation. And over here, what we have is all the techno park. So we have startups over here. Some are from our university and some are from outside. And to go to the city center, it's just 15 minutes from here. So I already told you all, important point over here, we have 81 Erasmus partners. So if the students apply for Erasmus programs, Erasmus is the European program, they can come to our university for masters. 1 semester they do here for the master's program. And then other 3 semesters they do in other 3 universities in Europe. We have accreditation by CTI. CTI is the French accreditation because it's an engineering school, and CERES is also French. So here basically we have the government who comes every 2 or 3 years to check about the quality of education and everything. So we have to prepare a huge file, etc. Okay. The other 3, I already told you all about this. And so it's become from 2 years back or 3 years back, we have become a European University of Technology. So these are the universities which are part of the European University, wherein we have 10,000, 100,000 students in all these universities taken as a total. Our collaborations with India, just to tell you all, they started way back in 2008, 2009, where we had Professor David Hewson and Professor Dave Rogers. They were going constantly to Indian Institute of Technology, Jodhpur. as visiting faculty. And then they started teaching over there. So our collaboration dates way back. And then when I started in UTT in 2011 onwards, slowly I started developing more and more collaborations with our Indian partners. Okay. And from 2015 to about 2023, we have a lot of incoming students. So we had nearly 30, or now it's much more, even in the nanophotonics graduate school. And we had less outgoing students. We had about 10 or 15 students. So we have these kind of exchange programs wherein the students can also come for just 6 months, okay, for an exchange semester. Of course, they have to be in the masters back home in India. And they can come here for 6 months. They can select 1 or 2 subjects, and then we can transfer their credits to their home university. Of course, for that, we have to make an agreement before. And then there are also fellowships given by the French government. Like, for example, a student from IIT Jodhpur 2 years back, he was awarded the Raman Charpak Fellowship. He was already doing his PhD. So he came to our lab in UTT to stay for 6 months, and he did research with us for 6 months. So all these kind of fellowships are there. There are advertisements which are given from time to time by the French Institute, which is in India. So this is in brief about UTT. I won't go more into the engineering school or something. What I would like to concentrate on is the nanophotonics program, what we have. So I will just change to another document. Just give me 2 minutes, please. Sorry, I'm not able to see my document on the screen. Professor Kulkarni, can I just send it to you if you're able
Yes,
to?
yes. I will
Okay.
share. No problem.
Sorry about that. Because it's a PDF, I don't know why I cannot see it.
You can send me. I will share.
Yeah, I'm just doing that. Huge funding. It's a huge funding for 10 years nearly. And it was started, so it's an integrated school where we have masters and PhD. Can you go to the next slide, please? So this school, as I said, it's a 5-year educational program. So we have the masters and PhD. That means it's a 2 years master's program. And then students can go in for a PhD, which is 3 years, as I said. It's focused on nano-optics and nanophotonics. So that's the reason we say that we need students from physics who have physics background, because most of the courses which are covered in this is physics. And of course, Indian students, they have a very good background in physics with quantum mechanics, classical mechanics, etc. So this is the website. So you all can have a look, okay, at the website. We can go to the next page. So just to tell you all what is nanophotonics. Nanophotonics, we use it every day in our day-to-day life. We have light emitting diodes, which is nanophotonics. We are using photovoltaic cells. You all are using a lot in India. So this is nanophotonic application. Then of course, we have systems, holographic systems for security. If you see your banknotes in India, or also if you have passports, so there are some holographic stickers which are on the passport. If you try to just turn them a bit, you will see that they give different colors. These different colors are coming because of the reflection of light for sure. But how do we get this? Is basically because of nanotechnology. So we are making nanostructures, and we are working with some companies who are doing this kind of holographic patterning, so to say, or holographic stickers. So it's a huge company, it's for security. And all the French passports have these kind of stickers, even Indian passports. And now even the bank bills, the bills which we have, the notes which we have, everything has these kind of stickers. So they are foolproof, so to say, that no one can copy them. Even if people try to copy or cheat, it's very difficult to copy, because of course, the nanotechnology systems that we are using, or all this thing that we are doing using nanotechnology, no one can copy that unless you have really big equipment to fabricate the same kind of structures. Of course, I won't go much into details. As we see in this graph, every year the nanophotonics market has been increasing. So it is expected to increase further. We are just in 2025, where it's already the revenue which is generated is about 150 billion. Okay, and it's going to increase. Next slide, please. So here, as I said, I already told you all where we are located. This is a 4-semester program. It's a master's in nanophotonics and nano-optics, but now we usually say it's nanophotonics. So the first semester is done in a city which is very close from here, from our city. It's called as Reims. In English, you will say Reims. And these are the courses which the students take, okay, in the first semester. So first semester, they do with our collaborators in Reims. And then the next 3 semesters, they do in Troes. So they shift to our city in the second semester onwards. The first semesters, usually the semester system here starts in September, the 1st of September, and it ends in the end of January. Okay, so it's a little bit different from our Indian semester system. And then we have the second semester, which starts in February, and it ends in June, end of June, the exams are over. So July and August, the students are on vacation. And here we have summers in July and August, not like April and May in India. So in the first semester onwards, they have to opt for 4 or 5 courses. And then every semester, if you see, there is lab project 1, lab project 2, lab project 3. What this means is that we as professors, we give the students a subject. So we put a list of subjects, and then the student has the opportunity to select the subject, research topic on which he wants to work. So every semester, the student will do a small project, and which we will evaluate at the end of the semester. So they are directly working on our research projects. So basically the idea is to put them into a research environment. So by the time they finish the master's program, the student is ready to start his PhD if he wants to. Okay, there is no compulsion as such. Otherwise, if he thinks he wants to go and look for a job in a company, he can do that. He can try to see for a job in a French company also. Okay, we have lots of French companies. Or if he wants to go back to India, we also have more than 900 French companies which are in India, which are hiring Indian students who have worked in France. Because why they do so is because they have the Indian students, they already have the experience of how to work in France, how the French system works. So it's very helpful for the French companies based in India to hire the students who have already had the education in France. So this is one extremely positive point. As I said, we have 4 semesters. The first 3 semesters are coursework plus project. Here, you all will see a lot of topics, but you have options. You have to select only 4 topics. Of course, foreign language is compulsory. So most of the time, the students take French as foreign language. And in the last semester, we have internship. So the student does 6 months internship. Either they can do it in a research lab or they can go to a company. Okay. This internship is paid. So you get minimum 630 euros per month during 6 months. So if you're doing it in a research lab, it's 630 euros. If you go to a company, you will be paid minimum 1,000 euros per month for doing the research internship. So it's the French law that when the students do internship, they have to be paid for the internship. Okay. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So as I said, the student, right from the first semester, they start doing lab work. So the idea is to really put them into the research environment and to train them during the 2 years how to do research. Okay. So we have a huge clean room facility. It's about 1,000 meters square. We have lots of technological equipment. The latest ones we have over here. Also, we have clean rooms for the researchers, plus for the students just to have a training. We have a small clean room for them. And there they can use SEM facility, XRD facility, etc. So it's a small clean room which is made just for the nanophotonics students. So they can use their own clean room also, or they can go with us to our clean room, bigger clean rooms, and they can start. What is a clean room? Just to tell the students, it's the labs where the dust particles are extremely less, because when we are working in nanotechnology, we are at the nano limit. So even if a small dust particle comes, it's not good for experiments. It's not good for the samples because it's not a clean environment. So that's why what we mean by clean room is extremely clean environment. That is what is about clean room. Next slide, please. As I told you all, nanotechnology is rising. In L2N, it's the Light Nanomaterials Nanotechnology lab, what we have, okay? Lab, I mean a department. So this is all the clean room building, what you see over here. And in this laboratory, what we are doing on this department, what we are doing is that we are working a lot on new materials and devices for nano-optics. We are doing a lot of nanospectroscopy and nanosensing. Then we also go into fundamental phenomena in nano-optics, and we do a fabrication, micro nanofabrication, mesofabrication also of structures. So we have about 100 people in this laboratory. We have at least minimum 40 publications per year in highly reputed journal. And the funding that we have is about 1.3 million euros. Next slide, please. We are working a lot in this nanophotonics graduate school. We are working a lot in close collaboration with companies, okay, and with other universities. Universities in France, universities in Europe, universities in the world. So if, for example, when the student, the student who has joined for a master's program, if they think, okay, there is an internship opportunity in US with one of our partner universities, he can go there to US. He will be funded by the graduate school for his flight ticket, etc. He will be also given a research grant. That means what he will get 600 euros per month or 1,000 euros if he's with a company. That will be given in advance by the Nanophotonic Graduate School. So he goes there for 6 months. and he does his internship and he comes back. So they can also do it in any of our other European partners, with our European partners, or in companies. So we already have a lot of agreements with different companies which are based in France also and outside. Next slide, please. Coming to the grants and benefits, this is very important for the students. So initially, when the student, now the applications are open for the master's program, okay? So we will guide you all if you all are interested. Of course, the first thing is you all have to send us your CV, your motivation letter. Once you have sent us your CV and motivation letter, we will have a short interview to discuss with the student. And then once we say it's okay, then the student will start putting his application on UTT's website. So we will tell you all the links, etc., how to go about. I will also put you in contact with the students who are already here, some who have finished their masters from this graduate school, and they are already started their PhD. So for example, from your RD college, you have one of your senior. His name is Sankesh Shetty. Some of you may be knowing him. He joined us 2 years ago. He was awarded the French Eiffel Scholarship, which is one of the highest in the world, awarded by the French Embassy. And he was a recipient of that scholarship. And he finished his 1 year over here. So as he was already doing his master's in India from Bombay University, he had finished over there. So that's why he just had to do 1 year over here with us. And now he has joined for a PhD program in University of Strasbourg, which is at the border of France and Germany. So to tell you more about what we are offering to the students will have, when you apply, okay, when you start applying, so the applications are open right now. Everything goes online. So you have to update your documents, everything on UTT's website. You have to select Nanophotonics Graduate School. And once this thing is open, now the admissions are open. The deadline will be 14th of April. That is the deadline for submitting all your documents. Once the deadline is over, you cannot apply after that, okay? So then if you have to apply to this graduate school, it will be next year. It's only once in a year that we have admission process. And how does it work? Once you have submitted your documents, then after the deadline is over, we will have a committee formed of professors from this university. So they will go through your application, your CV, your transcripts, your motivation letter, etc. They will be the people who will be selecting the students. And once the students are selected, once the professors think, okay, these students are really excellent, we need these students, you all will be getting an invitation letter from the university asking you whether you have been selected, whether you will accept or you don't accept. Once you say you accept, okay, then they will tell you the future procedure, what to do. Then, of course, then this procedure starts with Campus France in India. Campus France is organization of the French government and by the French government. So you have to go to, you have Campus France in Bombay, in South Bombay. You have to take an appointment with them. Before that also, you can just go, they have meetings for students to update them how to go about the administrative procedure, especially for your visa. And one thing I would like to mention, please see to it that you all have your passports because Campus France will ask you for your passports. And also then they will explain about the visa procedure, okay? About your financial background. So you will have to show financial FDs or something of your parents, etc. Because the French government wants to make sure that you have enough financial stability to come here to study. What we offer from our school or from the Nanophotonics school is that students coming for M1, that is the first year, we give a mobility grant. Initially, it was 3,000 euros. Now we have increased it to 5,000 euros for the Master 1 students. This mobility grant helps you to pay for the first year's tuition fees, which are 3,700 euros. Okay, I forgot to mention that in this. So it will help you partly your tuition or fully your tuition fees for the first year will be covered. That is 3,700 euros. Then out of the 5,000, you will also have some money remaining to cover your flight charges as well as your visa fees. Visa fees are about 100 euros, I think, for the first, you just have to pay once the visa fees. So that will be about 100 euros. Then after that, as I already told you also, this is the first mobility grant you get, 5,000 euros. You have to, of course, apply for that. You will get a letter from the secretary over here asking you, do you want to apply for the mobility grant? When you say yes, then they will say, okay, you have been granted. Again, we have a committee. Of course, most of the students get it, but you won't get it immediately. You will get it when you come here in September. After 1 or 2 weeks, that money will be put into your account. Okay. So why they don't give you immediately? We had this experience in the first year when we started the school that if the grant is given in July, after you have filled in all your documents, there happened a case where one of the student, he never came. So it's very, very difficult. That's why the school wants to make sure that the students arrive here. Once they have arrived here, then they give you this grant. Then you have stipend for master's internship, which is 630 euros per month, as I said. That is if you work in a research lab in a university. If it's in a company, it's about minimum is 1,000 euros per month. Then we also have a research project grant. If you have a very good idea when you're doing your lab project or something, if you want to, you come up with an idea, for example, but you don't have the financial support. You want to buy some things, you want to buy materials for doing your research. You have to, of course, give it to us in writing. What is the idea, etc. You have to discuss with the professors. There will be a committee. Of course, the committees here are very quick in deciding. It doesn't take months together. In 1 or 2 weeks, you will have the reply. And the committee will say, yeah, this idea is really excellent. Okay. Then they can give you up to 4,000 euros per year to implement your project. Okay. Or you can also, with our partners, you can implement partner collaborators. You can start your own project also. And we give you the grant for doing that. Then afterwards, if you want to continue for PhD, this nanophotonics graduate school is also giving 2 PhD fellowships. So of course, the professors have to apply for that. And once they have this funding, they will select the students. Of course, if you're doing an internship with a professor, he already knows how you are working. So he really wants to keep that student. And if you're already working on that project, then of course, you can continue with the same project. Another possibility, which is really important to note, is here the housing. We are in Troes. When you're in Reims, you can stay in the, so to say, the hostel, the university hostel. It costs about 250 euros per month when you're in Reims, the first semester. Of course, you apply to CAF, as I've mentioned here. CAF is a government, this thing. So the government gives you back 100, 150 euros from your accommodation, this thing, the rent, what you're paying. So if it's 250, you have to put 100 euros from your pocket, so to say. When you come to Troes, of course, the rent is slightly more compared to Reims. So it will be about 350 euros. Again, you apply to CAF, is the government organization. And depending on, for example, if you have got a mobility grant, your CAF will be higher. That means you will get more rent paid by the government. Okay, so you have to put quite less from your pocket. There are other scholarships also given by the French embassy, like you have Charpak, Raman Charpak. Raman Charpak is for PhD students. Then you have Charpak, which is for master's students. It's just finished. The deadline was over on the 25th of February. So you cannot apply for that Charpak fellowship for this year. Then there is also the Eiffel scholarship, which opens in October or November. And usually first week of January is the deadline. But for Eiffel scholarship, we really need excellent students, excellent in the sense that they have proved with their records that they have been first throughout in their career. And they have got awards and everything. If that is the case, then we put in their candidature. So it's we who apply for them. And we send their names to the embassy. Of course, that we will keep in touch we can tell you all more about that in October or November this year, because now it's already closed, the deadline. So this is about the scholarships. There are many scholarships given. I know even in India, there are some scholarships which you can avail of to come here. Next slide, please. And we have also, apart from just doing the master's program, what the Nanophot Graduate School also encourages is that we have a welcome day in France, as you see in the second photograph over here. So the students are invited for lunch in a restaurant and all. Then there is a tour made of Reims Cathedral and all. So there is a sightseeing. Also, they take them to the champagne cellar, so where the student can really taste the champagne. So this is the welcome day. Other than that, we also have summer schools on nanophotonics and sustainability. We have nanophotonics workshop, industrial workshop. Apart from that, we also encourage students to go for conferences or summer schools in France, anywhere in Europe. So the student has to just tell us, this is the summer school, I'm interested in this. The institute or the nanophotonics graduate school pays for that. And then the student can go, so he does not have to put anything from his pocket. Lodging, travel, everything is paid by the school, even the registration fee. If you want to attend conferences, summer schools, workshops, anywhere in Europe or abroad. Next slide, please. So these are the people who are involved. So the middle person is the director, Renaud Bachelot. He's the director. Currently, he's in Singapore on a sabbatical, but he'll be back in 2 months' time. Then this is Anne-Laure. She is the co-director. She is the co-director of the school in UTT in Troes. He is the deputy director in Reims, in University Reims Champagnat. Then she is our secretary. So most of the time you will get all the emails from her. Extremely active. She responds to all the emails, etc. There is no time delay because for us, time is very important. One more thing I would like to inform the students, which is very important. Once you come to this graduate school, you have a French degree. When you finish your 2 years, the French government gives you an opportunity to stay in France for another 2 years. So you have to apply to the French administration to get your visa extended or to get a temporary stay permit. And this 2 years allows you to search for a job. For example, if you say, okay, you're not interested in doing a PhD, you can try to find a job in French companies. Many of the companies prefer in some posts that you start learning a little bit of French, okay? But English is also spoken, it's not a big problem. Or if you want, you can go in for PhD, which is 3 years. So this 2 years time really gives you time to think what you want to do. So this is really beneficial. So you have these 2 years where you can stay back in France, okay? And either try to see a job or go in for a PhD. So please feel free to ask me any questions which you all have. No matter what kind of question, it may be simple, it may be complicated. I'm here to answer. And thank you all for your time, for coming here, for listening to everything. This is really a very good opportunity if you all want to start in France. And as I said, all the 4 semesters are in English. Nothing is in French. Of course, you will learn French as a language.
Dear student, if you have any query, you can raise. Please unmute your mic and you can ask. Dear student, please unmute and you can ask. If you have any query, you can raise.
Of course, I will be sending the brochure and this thing by email to Professor Kulkarni. And also the deadlines, all this, Professor Kulkarni also can send you all again this PDF presentation.
Yes, I will share with. Yes, dear student. Amish, Adhikari, Al-Shifa, Abhishek, Diksha, Divanshi, Fatima, Diksha, Kushi, Kumud, Manjiri, Mudika, Hemant, Yusra, Srishti, Slilesh, Shraddha, Shifa, Sania, Sana, Roshan, Rohan, Rahul, Priya, Nupur, Nishan, Nurshaba. Yes, Jishan, if you have any query, you can unmute and ask.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Ma'am, how much is the cost of living in 1 month?
In 1 month, I would say in 1 month, as I said, first semester you'll be in runs, so 250 euros will be for your accommodation, out of which you will be paid back. You have to apply to the government and you'll be paid back at least 100, 120 or 150 euros. Okay. And apart from that, for food and all, I would say 150 euros. Of course, again, as you all are students, there are special organizations in France. Like I know with the current students who are here right now, we have at least in the master's one, we have 6 Indian students, 6 or 7 out of 11. Okay, many of them are from Bombay. So they are from Wilson College, they are from Bombay University. So they told me there are associations where they tell you you can go every week, once in a week, to these kind of associations. They are for students, and you can take fruits, vegetables, etc., for 20 euros. But instead of paying for 20 euros, you have to just pay 2 euros. So it's really reduced price. So you can say per month, I will send you all the costs, okay? Because when it comes to Campus France, so per month, I would say you would have to pay at least, it would be 300 euros maximum, 300, 350 euros, not more. But I will send you all a Word document, or I will also put you all in contact with the students who are already here, like your senior Sankesh Shetty, or even Amar. I will put you all in contact with these students who are here, who can tell you exactly how much you require per month, etc. But first thing is, when you go to Campus France, when you start this application procedure, Campus France will surely ask you to show that first thing, you have a passport, which is very important. Secondly, that your parents have fixed deposit, okay, to a certain level of, I think it's 6 lakhs per year, what you have to show to the French government. So this is really for getting the visa. If you cannot show the fixed deposit of 6 lakhs per year, so 12 lakhs or 13 lakhs for 2 years, then you may have difficulties to get the visa. It's one of their criteria, because they don't want the student to come here and suffer because of financial problems. So we are very clear about that. So basically, when I will be the one who will be doing your interview, if you're interested in coming here. So during the interview, although I know it's not so easy to ask the student about their financial background, what the parents are doing, but for us, it's important to know really, so that you all don't go into trouble. So we are taking care of that to see that the student has sufficient financial background. Or for example, if you're students of second year BSc, okay, SY BSc, then I would suggest, if you all have very good academic record, then in this year, in the end of this year, you all should just send me your CVs first. And I will tell, of course, I will discuss with your professors also. It's very important for us. We always work with professors in India. So your professors have to tell us who's the best student, and then we can recommend you to apply for Eiffel or Charpak Fellowship, which will be open again end of this year. And Charpak will close again next year in February or something. So this is for SY BSc students. But if you're TY BSc student, of course, there is the mobility grant. And mobility
hello, ma'am.
grant, yes.
Ma'am, you can help us for the documentation process?
Yes, we do all that. So don't worry about that. I will put you in contact with the Indian students who are here. So they will make a WhatsApp group with all of you all. Are you in the third year?
Including visa?
Sorry?
Including visa?
Visa, we will tell you all how you go about it. But the best person for visa once you are accepted by the school here, because now the admissions will close in 14th of April. Okay. Then there will be a committee. So you will know the results in May already, whether you have been accepted or not. Once you know once you know that you have been accepted by the school, by the university, then we will put you in contact with Campus France in Bombay. We know the manager of the Campus France in Bombay. You have to go there, make contact with those people. They will have meetings. They will tell you how to go about the visa procedure. Okay. They will tell you what all documents are required, etc., etc. Because for the French embassy visa, Campus France is the best one. So they will take all the documents from you all. They'll see to it that everything is correct. They will ask you for your bank balance statements of your parents. Also fixed deposits, as I said. And once they have all this, they will take your interview and then they will say, okay, you are okay now. We will submit your documents to to the embassy. Or I think you have to go to VFS. VFS is an agency by the French embassy. They work for the French embassy. So then VFS will put in your documents. So you have to go there and submit your documents. But for the visa and everything, do not worry. Campus France will update you all. But if you just want to have an idea, even the students, when they make the WhatsApp group with all of y'all, they will tell you all, the students here, because they are very well versed with that. So we will help you all with the administration procedure in UTT. Don't worry about that. Even for the visa, we will tell you all from time to time how to go about it, what errors not to do, because we had students last year, just to give you all an example, you cannot put a letter from an association in India showing that they are going to support you for your stay over here. It does not work with the French embassy. We had told students strictly not to do that, not to get letters from trusts or something. In spite of us telling, there were students who did it, so their visa was rejected. So we will tell you all these things, what to do, what not to do. You all have to follow us. Of course, you all have to have confidence in the students who are here, because they are very good in all this. And it's not the first time we do this procedure. We are doing it for the last 3 years. So only you have to follow what we tell you all to do. Yes, other questions, please.
Dear student, if you have any question, you can please. I'll check if there, or you can write in chat box, I will read. If you have any question, you can write in chat, I will read. I will check chat box. Is there any question? Okay, I think there is no question in chat box. Okay, student.
What I forgot to mention is that if you compare, for example, instead of coming to France, I know in India, most of the time students would like to go to US, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, etc. Trust me, the fees, tuition fees over there are extremely high. Per year, you have to pay something like $25,000 per year. And here, what we are saying is just 3,700 euros, which is not at all high. But that does not mean that the quality of education is bad. Huh? UTT is placed in the topmost in France. Okay. It's placed 35 amongst 200 or 300 universities in France. So it has a very high ranking. We really select the best students. The education is really good. So if you all think that education in US or this thing is better and here tuition fees are less, so it's not that good, it's not the case. In fact, it's to your advantage that the tuition fees are less. And plus, we are giving a lot to the students. I don't think in US, unless you have a fellowship or something, you do not have mobility grant like this, which will help you for your travel costs, for your visa fees, etc. And believe me, 5,000 euros is quite a lot over here. Of course, the way we work is also different. The education system over here is different, the way professors teach. So everything is based on logic. Huh? So the background has to be very good. And I have seen that most of the Indian students have done, almost all of them have done very well over here. And even the professors are very happy with the Indian students over here.
Dear
Yes.
student, if you have any query, please. Dear student, Dr. Anisha Gokarna is an active researcher in nanotechnology and currently she is with UTT France. She completed her Ph.D. physics from Department of Physics, University of Pune, and following which she did a postdoc in University of Joseph Fourier in Grenoble, France, in the field of scanning near field optical microscope. She was a research professor in South Korea for a couple of years in the field of biophotonics. And after returning back to France in 2008, she worked as an invited CNRS researcher in IEMN, Lille. And from 2011 onwards, she is based in UTT France. Her current research domain is under the category of advanced studies and applications of multifunctional materials such as ZNO for renewable energy, such as light emitting diodes, LEDs. And in the past few years, she has achieved a good amount of experience in growth and characterization of materials, colloidal, quantum dots, ZNO, nanostructure, porous silicon, etc. And using various different types of techniques, which includes chemical techniques, And from 2014 onwards, she has begun in charge with UTT for developing strong collaboration with various Indian industries as well as universities for research as well as faculty and student exchange program. She also gives guidance to our Indian students who wish to apply for Raman Charpak, Eiffel fellowships and Erasmus programs. And if you have any question, you can raise. I'll wait for
Sir,
1
please check
minute.
the chat box.
I'll check. Anisha, there is one question from
Yes.
Priya.
Yeah.
Question is, ma'am, I am average student and my financial condition is also not good. Can I still pursue a master's degree? This is a question from Priya. You can check in chat box.
Yeah. I'm just reading it. What do you mean by an average student?
Yes, Priya, you can unmute and ma'am is asking what is the concept of average student? Yes, Priya.
The marks are not very good. Okay. This may not be a good criteria for us. When the marks are not very good, do you mean that you have less than 80%? You have 50 or 60%? Or your credits are very less? Or if the marks are not very good, it's difficult for us to take. Because as I said, we have professors who will go through the transcripts and everything. So the student, and even if you're given an admission, the problem will be later on over here because you have to really work harder. And it's not easy. These courses are not very simple. So you have to be good in physics. About the financial background, even if the parents don't have a very good financial background, if it's possible for them to take a loan, that would be an option, I would say. Someone else asked, are TY students eligible for the scholarship this year? When you talk about the scholarship, are you mentioning the mobility grant? This is Zenab. If it's the mobility grant, yes. Yes. But if you're talking about Charpak Fellowship, as I said, it's already over. On the 25th is the deadline. So the deadline is over. So now we cannot put in any more. The students cannot put in any more documents.
Ma'am,
Yes.
about the Charpak fellowship, like we're in TY now and we
Yeah.
want to do our master's next year. So can we apply for the scholarship by the end of this year? Like
Yeah.
with the uh, SY students, like when they'll be in TY next year. So they are
Right now,
going.
you have just, I'll just interrupt you to ask you, you have just started your TY, right?
No, no, no. I'm in the last sem right now.
Last sem. And why
Yeah.
do you want to apply for the master's after 1 year?
Ma'am, I have to do like another like diploma course. So,
Yeah, so for sure you can apply.
okay,
So
ma'am.
you can surely apply for Charpak next
O-
year or
Okay.
end of this year. End of this year, the applications will start, so you can surely apply.
Okay,
But why
ma'am.
don't you think of applying directly for masters this year now in September? You can
Ma'am,
think of
some
that also.
ma'am financial problems. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. You can think of doing that. Yeah. Keep in
Yeah.
contact with us.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. There is another question from Amish Patel. I have an 8-point CGPA and is that good? Please send us your transcripts. Please send us your CV and motivation letter. Okay. As soon as possible because we are already in March. Are you in third year, Amish?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So please send us as soon as possible, maybe this week or something. Please send us your CV, your motivation letter, and your transcripts. And we will go through them. 8 is quite good CGPA. So please send it to us. We can have a short interview soon. And we will ask you to go through the procedure. Then just to, you're in TY, yeah? So yes, for sure. Keep in contact and send us your documents.
Yes, thank you, dear all. Thank you so much. I think there is no question in chat box also. Okay.
There is one more from Malik. I have 9.9 CGPA. That's very good, but having financial issue. You will have to see if you can. I told you there is the mobility grant for the first year. So if you want to join for the first year of this thing, there is no problem. Okay, there is the mobility grant. But of course, for the visa, you have to show the bank statements. Malik, I would suggest please send me your CV and this thing also. We can have an interview and we can discuss during that. So please, whoever is interested, feel free to send us your CVs. Okay. I will do an interview with you all. So we can discuss more during the interview. Yes, Professor Kulkarni, I think they have finished.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Shwan. On behalf of HSNC management, our respected principal, Dr. Neha Jakteni ma'am, Dr. Namrata ma'am, our departmental head, physics, Dr. Dinesh sir, IQSC coordinator as well as vice principal, Dr. Mona ma'am, DBT and DSC chairperson, Dr. Lakshman sir, Dr. Sima madam, Punam ma'am, and my dear student, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to Anisha ma'am for delivering such an insightful and enriching guest lecture today based on career in physics at UTT, France. And once again, thank you, Anisha ma'am, for your enlightening session. We hope to have the privilege of welcoming you again in the future. And thank you, dear student, for your kind attention. And we look forward for applying what we have learned today with under the guidance of Anisha ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Professor Kulkarni. It was really nice to interact with students.
I'll
But
take one
yeah.
picture. Dear all, can you switch on your video if possible? Otherwise, I will take
Thanks, madam.
one pic.
हम भी है
share, Anisha ma'am, I will share email ID with our student. Can I share?
Yes, sure.
I
Yes,
think
they can contact me. They can put you in CC so you also know.
Can I
Yeah.
share? Yes, I
Yes,
will.
sure.
Yes. I will share. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Professor. Thank you for
thank-
organizing all this.
Thank
And
you.
thanks a
Thank you
lot
so
to
much for
everyone.
your valuable time. Thank you.
No problem. You're
For
welcome.
our-
It's always a pleasure.
For our student.
It's always a pleasure. And I hope we can have 1 or 2 students who would really come here. They will be the first ambassadors from your, no, not the first, the second group, because we already have Sankesh Shetty.
Yes, Sankesh and Sunil. Satish.
Yes, Satish also. Yes,
Satish,
exactly. Satish also, I forgot to mention about him. Yes, sure. So the 2 are already here. And so the students, yes, please feel free to contact us. Yeah.
Yes, sure.
It's really great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Dear all, thank you so much. I am ending this session.